For those people who don't know you much as
Uh-huh.
as an artist, could you tell us a little bit about you as a sound artist and composer?
Okay. So my name is Joo Won Park. I am currently living in Ohio in the United States, and I consider myself as an electronic musician. And for me, electronic musician is a person who composes, performs, and also creates an instrument. And I take advantage of this electronic musician's role as a performer, composer, and a instrument maker. So when I make a piece, I like to start by creating an instrument, whether digitally or hardware. Then I like to compose a piece for that and perform on it. And uh, by doing so, I focus on acoustic property of an object, and I try to bring the musical side of an everyday object. So I make music with the toys, foods, or anything that just has a resonance and makes a sound. And my role as an electric musician is to use the technology to bring a musical to bring out the musical elements of an object.
Mm. Yeah, I saw that. I remember I saw a short video from I don't know, probably Facebook, where you were making sound with bananas.
Yeah.
Was that your piece?
Well, it's not a piece. It's just a demonstration. I
Uh
mean,
huh.
I was just using a banana as a trigger for something piano, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's that kind of thing that it's this object that we don't expect to have a kind of a musical quality, and my interest is actually bringing, like, I don't know, make music with stuff like bananas,
Mm.
cabbage, Lego blocks, or you name it.
Mhm.
I can try to make something out of it.
I provided your the YouTube website
Hmm.
information on our slow cooker series, so our participants probably already know and have visited
Hmm.
your videos. Could you tell us about a little bit about that project? How did you start it, and what were your original ideas? You made 100 videos, and that must be
Yes,
just an amazing experience. Could you just tell us about that project?
sure. So the project is called 100 Strange Sounds.
Mm. So I will provide the link below right here.
Uh,
Okay.
sure, yeah.
Yes.
So it's basically I told all my friends and colleagues that I will be making a video recording of an original piece that uses some kind of object and electronics, and I will make it 100 times, and I will upload at least one video per week. I did this because I wanted to get better at this live electronic music, and only way I know how to get better is basically do a lot. And it's basically my personal um, kind of limit, a trap to just work consistently. In essence, it's basically a practice of discipline. I wanted to see if I can make this daunting number of like 100 pieces within a limited time and on a regular basis. So my goal in doing 100 strange sounds is to become a better artist by building a discipline of creating things regularly and as much as I can. And by doing so, I was also expecting to have complete uh, like complete overwhelming of this process,
Mm.
and I
Right.
basically
Yeah.
ran out of idea
Right.
very fast. I mean, like by number 20, I pretty much all my bags of tricks are just was gone. So it was kind of a design to just bring me to the like bottom of my creativity and see what's left there and what can I come up later after that. So it was a good good experience. As you said, it was an amazing experience, and as a result, I found some new languages. I solidified things that I could do really well, and I improved on things that I could not do really well.
Mhm. So when you were making, when you decided, oh, I'm going to make videos,
Mhm.
what was your original plan to do make 100 videos?
I just came out the numbers. I just came out the number that's
That
that
sounded
seems. Yeah, I'm
impossible.
probably not going to make it, that kind of a number.
Yeah.
But once I got used to make 1 or 2 videos per week, it kind of became kind of almost like a weekly ritual. And yeah, by the time like I went like 50 or something, I kind of had a confidence that I could finish. So yeah, it took me about a year and a half, almost 2 years, but that's good. Yeah.
I'm sure that quite a large number of people are fascinated by your processes and which you have shown in your videos.
Hmm.
How did you how did you go about finding objects, or how did you go about finding specific processes? Do you? I'm sure you must have made some list in the
Yeah.
beginning, and after that, you said
Yeah.
you exhausted all the resources by the 20s. So
Uh-huh.
after that, how did you find those objects, and then how do you make keep your interest alive?
Okay. Well, you listen really carefully on every day, and in a way, I kept my like musical listening on pretty much like all day. And when I find something interesting, then I take a note, then try to make a piece out of it. And I also did quite a bit of research and try to find some means of electronics that I did not know about it. So reading books, reading about classic repertoires, experimental music in 1670s, all these things. I mean, when you try to make hundreds of them, you just pull out everything you can, and that means listening, reading, interacting, and I don't know, talking, getting help from families, anything I could do. And yeah, and
Yeah.
it's many times it's a kind of a lot like desperate, desperate measures.
Okay, great. So,
Yeah.
well, I know your music for some years, and as you know, we've been working together for a number of years in the past,
Hmm.
and I've always felt that this idea of a playfulness and somewhat unexpected and somewhat unexpected out of ordinary object, ordinary things. That seems to me your artistic character.
Hmm.
Could you tell us a little bit about this playfulness
Hmm.
in your music?
Yeah, playfulness is essential.
Mm,
Someone told me that my music is funny
mm,
but not silly.
mm.
Okay.
I see.
and and I think I play this kind of borderline between funny and silly, and
Mm,
this is where I don't know. At least I get interested. In a way, how do I put this? When we encounter something unknown, we either fear about it or we
mm,
kind of laugh about it.
mm,
It's like so. What I try to do with my music is that I present something perhaps known or unknown, and kind of I don't know, like uh, show an unexpected side, but in a more like kind of a funny way instead of like a fearful or kind of a
mm,
overwhelming way. So and I think this playfulness comes from the sound that comes out from the object. That if you see I have a piece that uses cabbage, and I've seen people like kind of laugh and smile when I play cabbage and amplify it and kind of a process in a very grotesque way. It's kind of funny because that's how Hollywood actually makes a sound effect for a kind of a horror movie. You crush the vegetables, and the sound where you're crushing vegetables and things are used for the horror movies when like gut splits out or like bones break. But when you see a cabbage making that kind of a grotesque sound on stage, there's something kind of like a little disconnection about it. I don't know, or even or like a lot of connection, and that kind of makes people smile, and I like it too. I like to have this kind of I'm playing cabbage. It's it's but still it's kind of grotesque sounds. Yeah, yeah, it's fun. When I and also I think it comes from this. I thought about this, and I improvise a lot. I have an improvisation group, and improvisation is an essential part of my musical practice. When we improvise, we go for unexpected things. When we play together, it gets fun when something unexpected happens. And when I play with the person, we basically try to surprise each other in the improvisation process. So I think this kind of built-in unexpectedness is something that I put in my music, but also I look forward to when I make and think about music and composition.
Great. Thank you so much. So, about this workshop that
Mhm.
slow cooker series and the title, the one that sound stranger sounds.
Mhm.
What do you hope the workshop participants to achieve or to get
Mhm.
at the end of the workshop?
Mm. I like the participants to rethink about re- the process of recording and changing the sound and presenting the sound. In electronic music, you basically go through these steps. You record or digitize or sound, and you process that, and somehow you present it as a sound. And now, by through workshop, I'm gonna show participants how to basically have many different ways to capture or digitize sound, then process it and output that as a kind of a finished product or like a presentation of material. So, in a way, I want to show kind of a more unconventional way of doing those three steps. And I would like to have my participants to kind of develop this what I call like a hacker's mind. That if you want to if you want to hack something, you need to first of all you need to know that object very well. And once you know this object very well, then you can kind of make it go against its will, go against what it's supposed to do. So throughout the workshop, I want the participants to kind of learn the whatever object we are going to be learning very well, but then just make it go against what it's supposed to be made for, and just have this idea of thinking about an object or sound and kind of go against this natural order or kind of or even like dig out something that's unexpected from this object that you are trying to record, present, or edit.
We listed on the website that they
Mhm.
need to bring their laptop and they will have download and install this program called Super Collider.
Mhm.
But any other than that, and the headphones, of course. But the, is there anything else that they should do to prepare for your workshop?
Mm. Oh, listen. I mean, it's something that you always do, but I would like participants to listen to the surrounding sounds really carefully, um, and see if you can find something interesting out of it. One key word that you might want to think about is the resonance. And resonance is defined as amplification and prolongation of a sound. Every object has a resonance, and if you can find the unique resonance of an object, and if you just by doing that procedure, you are listening to an object really carefully. Try to do that with your instrument, but also with any kind of object. And once you come to my workshop, then we'll find ways to basically bring that out using using the technology and try to make a kind of a musical structure out of those resonant nature of an object. Yeah, so try to think about this kind of thing, and I don't know, find some objects that you may want to kind of work with. It doesn't have to be a musical instrument. It can be anything, actually, and we'll kind of talk about it and see if we can make a music out of those things in 2 days.
Okay, great. Also, it's fascinating, and we are very much looking forward to having you in Aberdeen. Okay, see you
Yeah.
then. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you.